Howdy! It's the 22nd episode of Shopify Kryptonite, and we're back with the Black Friday planning themes. Mick, are we getting excited about the BF?
We're getting super excited about the whole thing. So Black Friday getting closer and closer. So now it's actually a fast moves time. So be agile, prepare, listen to our advice, so you will succeed.
Perfect. I think the timing when this episode is going to get out will be that we're roughly 4 weeks before Black Friday, so you still have time to do things, but there are most likely a lot of things to do. And we're going to cover the paid ads and the campaigns and the warming up today. Miko, how should we start kind of planning the paid ad campaigns for the Black Friday mania?
That's a really good question. I have to be honest, the best of our clients have already done that like a few months ago. So they have the plans ready, they have already content production going on, or they are already waiting what to do. They have the landing page design ready, everything is ready. So that's number one, be agile if only possible. If this is a big event for you, do that. And the thing that what you can learn from them and where we have been helping them out is actually that how do you plan the timetable? How do you plan the time frame? So this is sort of a dummy advice, but this is, although very important one, is to draw a timeline. What does happen? When do I need to get things done? Especially when doing paid marketing, you typically already need to have the landing page in pretty good shape. You need to double check that that's working. Serious e-commerce people are already maybe doing some sort of A/B test there. And that being said, you most definitely want to also like test that with different devices. Double check site speed. How does this load? We had last year a client. They had a Black Friday landing page. The loading time was by average around 30 seconds. It didn't convert to wow. So please avoid. Please make sure that it's actually working. And when going to the actual paid marketing, you definitely should have the landing page in a pretty good shape. Then definitely second thing to know, you need to know what the offers are. What's my time frame with the offers? An important thing also for the paid marketers is to know that what kind of stock and availability of these goods do we have. So where to focus? You have probably a limited budget. How to allocate the budget as good as possible. The basic first question is that what platforms should I use? How much money should I put to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the channel is, to allocate the budget? And this being said, what this has taught us from the past last years is that don't put the eggs in one basket. So avoid that and have a budget that you can freely move between the platforms. It's been in some cases, as we had the Black Friday weekend last year, our clients were adjusting the budget so that, okay, Facebook was working better than Instagram. Instagram was packed full with advertising. Then they decided so that actually 30% of the budget should go to Facebook more. And that was removed from Instagram. And some was also removed from Google as their display campaigning wasn't that successful what they were hoping for. So that's definitely the second take. And then the third take, Teemu, for you as a merchant is super important that how much money are you willing to spend? How do you calculate the amount of money you are willing to invest to a such campaign? Are you looking this campaign only as sales? Are you looking this campaign as a sort of like a event? Are you doing any brand advertising here? What's your take? How would you answer to all these tough questions?
That's a perfect question, and I need to admit that you kind of caught me off guard. So I haven't figured out a fixed budget, but how we kind of see the building of our company and the brand is that we're putting a lot of emphasis on the new customer acquisition, and we really don't care that much about the customer acquisition cost at the moment because we are seeing a pretty damn good customer retention. So like almost half of our customers are coming to be as repeat purchases, and the customer lifetime value is starting to be on a pretty good level. Like I mentioned in the last episode, we had some issues with the paid ad campaigns that they weren't rolling out that quickly on the days that we wanted to kind of get them live. And then I even tried to kind of increase the budgets, the daily budget per campaign and per ad group, but that didn't kind of help that much either. So last year we ended up in a situation that we were doing really good amount of sales, but most parts of the sales were coming from email campaigns. We have a pretty good list at the moment. So the email was generating most of the sales and the profit. So I think for this year, if our daily budgets for per ad groups have been somewhere around 5 to 10 euros per ad group, I think we can double or at least triple them if we can see some kind of return on the ad spend. It doesn't have to be 10x. I would be happy to have even 1x if we get quality traffic, we get the purchases from those. And yeah, I think this is going to be a vague answer for your question, but we don't have any limits. If kind of things are looking good, I'm gonna put the pedal to the metal and then kind of drive as much sales as we can. Have hopefully like 500 new customers doing their first purchase, and then it's going to be up to us to convert those customers to make their second and a third purchase again and again later next
Right.
year or during Christmas.
Right, right. So definitely I agree. When you first look at the other channels, such as like your email automation, including in most market, also SMS messages, those are super important. You should plan them like accordingly and make sure that you are among the first brands to actually do it. So don't wait until the Black Friday afternoon or anything. Try to be among the first ones to get the traction. And if you
Yeah,
have competition, if you are in a fierce market position, make sure that you are the first one to be appealing. And therefore, especially for your VIP clients, it's actually pretty common that you have different offers for them. You have even a separate landing page where you direct them, or then you have some sort of discount code just to make sure that those who actually are most profitable for you, they also get the most out of you during such campaign or a such campaign era. So that's just like a high reminder here.
absolutely. And then I think the SMS, the texts were a good tip that you kind of casually mentioned there. I had a problem. I had a plan that we would do a major SMS campaign during the main day, the actual Black Friday day. As it turns out, most of the email marketing systems out there require that we have asked the customers to actually give a SMS marketing permission as well.
Yep, you
So
need to have consent in most markets.
yeah, so actually that might be one tip for our viewers or listeners, that if you don't have the SMS marketing permission, then you have about 4 or 5 weeks to go that you can try to collect those as well. That's something that I'm absolutely going to do, because I think a lot of our customers, a lot of the people will be seeing tons of paid ads. They're gonna see tons of email marketing, but at least me as a customer, I don't remember that I received one single SMS during 2019 and the Black Friday Cyber Monday mania. So the SMS would be probably something that you will get a good conversion out, and you're going to make a lot of sales and then profit with SMS campaigns as well.
Definitely, and always double check your market, where you are located, what you're allowed to do. There are some differences, especially in Europe, between different markets. But then in many countries, there actually are, if you have the consent, you're free and allowed to do that. Just don't spam too much. Be careful and be very delicate with the message. But they have been rather successful. And then moving on to the actual like paid marketing, how to do that. Yeah, so it depends on the platform. There is definitely like much more competition than on usual weekends or usual Fridays. That's something that we've seen. There are big differences between markets, as looking lots of like Facebook and Instagram paid advertising, and even some Google advertising as well. There are big differences between markets. So on some markets, you can still get your messages out there, and then on some other markets, the big brands are actually like taking all the ad placements, and then you really need to push somehow to get yourself through. However, Black Friday has been excellent time, or the Black Friday um, sort of like weekend last week has been excellent time spot to also get new clients in, and to actually have a successful campaign, you just need to have the traffic. Then you need to do new customer acquisition as well. People who have never purchased from you or have purchased from you ages ago from your old store or from your brick and mortar outlet or whatever, and you need to get them to buy the goods from your online store. So you definitely need to do paid acquisition as well. Retargeting is rather easy. It's rather simple during that era. Just good messages. Make sure that you will sort of uh, be remarkable, be different than everybody else. We will get back to that topic in our next episode. But then when it comes to like new customer acquisition, uh, when you talk about like Facebook and Instagram, you most likely need to do some manual bidding. I know kind of lots of our merchants are doing only automatic bidding, and on certain markets where there is tough competition, or especially during a segment of people who are on a certain like age range, that's super tough to get your campaigns running. Happened exactly what happened to you last year. Therefore, you should have more ad sets prepared than during a usual campaign. You need to explore with manual bidding options. So you pretty much like overbid. You overbid to make sure that your campaign is running. And when you look at Facebook Ads Manager, there is also the possibility to launch campaigns with this like sort of like super powered start called like accelerated delivery, which means that the ad set and the ad will start to run like with as much as full speed as only possible. It's not affordable, but it makes sure that you at least get that ad and ad set running. So that's another recommendation. And then typically the question is that how to do this kind of like overbidding, how to make sure that my ads are visible. There are different kind of like playbooks and ways to do that. The very basic one is that look at your current cost of that conversion event you are using in your ad sets. Look what's the cost, and then estimate that, hey, if I overbid, how much should my bid be? The best way to do that is that you have separate different ad sets, and you keep sort of like exploring with that. Trying that what's that, and then try to make sure that bid you make should be, I don't know, at least like 4 to 5 times the amount that your usual conversion price is. Then you are at the right ballpark. But it depends on the market. It depends how tough the competition is. And this all being said, also make sure that you have ad sets that have probably like automated bidding. So never put your eggs to one basket, one ad set, and 2 or 3 ads, but have several. So this actually needs some preparing. And after you have done all these following steps, you most likely can make sure that at least some of your new customer acquisition is running and hopefully delivering. And then the super important, be agile there. So make sure that you are able to adjust the budgets also during the campaign. So you should be alert there. You have to probably do manual job. You have to make sure that if some ad set just doesn't work or some ad is performing extremely well, be agile and do those fast moves there to maximize your new customer acquisition possibilities.
That's absolutely true. And as I called you this morning, I had an issue already with Facebook 5 weeks before, and I was cut out from my ad account. So I think the warming up part will be even more important to most of our merchants out there. Like if you have any issues with rolling out the campaigns, I think the better work that you can do with the warming up, having a good retargeting audience, having a good email list, those will make sure that you're not going to be at least kind of bumming out the whole campaign time.
Right.
Kind of have a plan B there already right. Set up.
And for the most Shopify merchants, if you haven't done that much like manual bidding, then please try it out before the actual event. For that reason, as example, Singles Day is just perfect. You get to explore the same tactics, more or less the same playbook before that. And then you have better experience and some sort of like understanding that what did work out well, what went horribly, where can I learn from when the actually most important era of your year starts.
Absolutely. Thank you again for the valuable advice, Mikko. We're going to be still back at it. Black Friday is such a huge deal that we don't want to leave it to the 2 episodes that we've done. So we're going to be talking more about Shopify apps and the theme design, what you can do as pre-work before the Black Friday mania starts. That's going to be on the next episode, which is going to be number 23. Thank you for watching and listening, and stay tuned for more Black Friday Shopify mania. See ya.
See you and start preparing in time, which is now.